What are your thoughts on PBGRs?
I think they're unnecessary.
Do you feel that they helped your academic experience? Did they enhance your academic experience in any way?
Not at all. No, not at all. I think it's a waste of time. I think we should be focusing on more important things.
John, what are your thoughts on PBGRs?
PBGRs? You can't say the words I want to say.
But I know that I just want to look some more. But I don't know what I'm living for.
Welcome to Westerly High School. The halls of Westerly High School are lined with pictures of famous scholars and chemists and trophies from athletes. They are there to serve as inspiration for students to always strive for success. Unfortunately, for many students, success is hard to come by. Over the past 5 years, Westerly's dropout rate is slowly increasing. Each year, more stress is being put on students, and many of them feel much of the stress is attributed to proficiency-based graduation requirements, or PBGRs. Students must scan 34 different PBGR rubrics like this one into an online portfolio in all different subject areas in order to prove that they are smart enough to graduate from high school. Many students, like high school senior Nigel DeVillers, share the same problem, that finding the time to upload these PBGRs is easier said than done. How many PBGRs have you completed and uploaded?
Funny you ask. I got my report today, my civics class. I've uploaded 5 of them. I have had 176 opportunities, of which I actually did a count the other day. I have them all at home in folders. I have 73 at home in folders. I only have 5 in the system.
While it is natural to assume that irresponsibility is the reason why students like Nigel do not upload PBGRs, there is still another and more concerning reason to why so many students are unable to complete their portfolios. Why do you think you've only uploaded 5 PBGRs?
Really, it comes down to time. Supposedly advisory was the time for us to upload PBGRs, but I've had 3 different advisory teachers, and so within that, just the time doesn't really ever come up. And
The student-wide consensus at Westerly High School is that students simply don't have the time to complete their portfolios. This quickly turns into stress for many kids. Instead of helping a student learn, PBGRs are actually having a negative effect on Westerly students. Even for the few who did complete all 34 PBGRs, few found that they helped their academic experience. How many PBGRs have you completed and uploaded?
I've actually done all of them.
Okay. Do you feel that they helped your academic experience? Did they enhance your academic experience in any way?
Not at all.
Can you elaborate? Why do you think that?
I mean, personally, I believe that if you can pass a class, the fact that whatever your grade was will represent your competence in that class. And I do understand what they're trying to do, but I don't feel like it's good enough yet, and until it gets to that standard, it shouldn't be implemented.
Bobby's opinion is echoed by nearly every student in the school, and with good reason. The total number of required PBGRs to graduate has changed multiple times for the senior class. Students feel that the letter grades they receive in class no longer hold any meaning, and the majority of students, like senior Lucas Rotacco, don't even know why they are required. What would you request the school system do with PBGRs?
I suppose you could make, if you're going to do PBGRs, if the state's going to require them, make it clearer to your students what you want, why they're doing these. Don't just give them, you're doing these because the state requires it. Give us a motive. Like, how is it going to help us in the future?
So no one's ever told you why you have to do them?
No, I've never once been told that this is to help you with this. It's always been, you're required to do it to graduate.
You have to do it. Don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. Do the portfolio or you won't graduate.
Senior Ricky Doucette also struggles to find the importance behind PBGRs. Speaking on behalf of the entire student body, what do you think the overall opinion is about PBGRs and graduation requirements in general?
Honestly, I think I haven't heard anything good about them. It's always been something like, oh, we've got to do this, I've got to upload this, I've got like a whole handful of them in my bag still have to do, and I don't have any time to do them. It's never been like, oh boy, let's go do some PBGRs.
I mean, it's typical for students, especially in high school, to complain about schoolwork. I mean, even if it is necessary work and it should be done, what makes students complaining about PBGRs? What makes that different than just the average, student whining?
I think the difference between PBGRs and, say, complaining about doing homework for a quiz or for a hard class is that hard class has something to do with what you're going to do in the future. Whether it's math and you're going on to do something in English or film, you think a certain way to do math problems. You think, problematically. And then English, the same thing. If you want to do something in math, you think creatively. And so those benefit your overall, the way you think. PBGRs are just storing information. It's basically just something pointless.
All these different stuffs, especially with the PBGRs changing every year, the amount of requirements you have, the types of requirements you have, it just feels like, they should have worked out the kinks before they threw them at us.
I don't think I've ever gained anything from a PBGR except for learning how to manage more graduation requirements.
Do you think you're ever going to use these skills later on in life in any way?
Using a scanner is not really a skill that I think I need. Cataloging or any of that, it's just organization, but it's not really teaching you that. It's just, it requires that.
No one thinks that they're a good thing. I've yet to hear one positive thing about the PBGRs. I mean, some people may say, all right, like I finished them, but no one's actually saying I'm so much better off because of these PBGRs. These have helped me, and I know when I go into the future with this portfolio, I'm going to succeed.
You never heard that from any student?
Not once.
Yeah, bye. The students at Westerly High School are resilient, smart, and capable of becoming successful members of society with or without proficiency-based graduation requirements. And it is not just the few students in this film, but the entire student body who is, in their opinion, brought down by this requirement. Though no matter what happens in the future, the ways of graduation have changed, and students must now not strive towards creativity and individualism, but instead must meet the standards required for proficiency.